If during the recent partial state shutdown you find yourself locked out of a state park or a beach, or locked out of the Motor Vehicle Commission office, it's an inconvenience. But you felt something. You felt dejected, you felt hurt, you felt angry. Imagine being locked out of everything. Well, that's pretty much what it is when you don't have a place to call home, because doors start slamming all over the place. One of the groups that has been, with which you're familiar, which has been fighting this fight to get those doors open again, is Haven Beat the Streets, based in Absecon. And I'm sure you're familiar with our guest today, Paul Hulse. He does a great deal of work with this group and continues to, and is one of the key organizers of a fundraiser that they have coming up on the 22nd of July, right here in Toms River. We're going to let him tell us a little bit about this Pancake Breakfast fundraiser and how you can help out. Paul, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Paul, let's start with the basics. Let's get the information out there. It's going to be at the Applebee's in the Ocean County Mall.
Yes, correct. It's something new we're trying this year. A gentleman named Scott Martin approached us with the idea. He said, I'd like to help you guys out. I have this great idea. I'd like to do a fundraiser with you guys. And I said, well, that would be awesome. I think that would be a great thing to do. We always are always searching for funding and different ways to help people throughout Ocean County. And I thought it would be a great idea for people to get involved, especially in the summertime. We're so busy with our lives and our kids and so forth. But what happens if you could take the money that you spend on breakfast to go out with your family and you could put it to something great, like something to a good cause that helps out in Ocean County. And I thought when Scott approached us with it, Bill and I, we jumped right on it, and we're very excited about it. People can come to the event. It's from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., get breakfast, or if they'd like to be a volunteer, they also can volunteer that day with us as well, and be part of the organization and get the feel of what we do. You're serving people in a different way, obviously for the cause, but in reality, you're still being part of what we do in a greater broad of what we are doing now.
Paul, what are some of the responsibilities that you would give a volunteer?
They would be basically doing greeting. You would be serving the guests that come in. You would be doing that type of work with us at the event.
Mm-hmm. How does that help someone learn about the grassroots work that you do? How does that open up the little doorway into looking at the machinery?
Well, they get to meet me, of course, because I'm going to be there, and other people that have worked with the organization, and then people that have come in and we've helped. I'm sure will be there, so people will get a bird's eye view of actual individuals that we've helped, and then also people that are in need that show up as well. So it's kind of a full circle thing. So it's really an interesting thing because you don't know what's going to come through that door at that time. So being a fundraiser is the goal of it, but I'm sure that we're going to get people that are going to come in that may be homeless as well.
Paul, the Project Homeless Connect mission every year is to kind of take a census of the people who are living outside, and from what I'm hearing, the figures are not all that different in 2017 than they were in 2016. So what's been your take on this regionally or even statewide?
Well, I mean, as far as us, we've watched the numbers over the years, and 2015 we saw the number at 17 in Ocean County, and we saw that people were jumping up and down and saying that, oh, we only have 17 homeless in Ocean County, and I said, no, that figure's not even close, especially when you're only doing one day. So we got involved in 2016 with a church actually called Toms River Community Church, and our efforts together, and we increased the number from 17 all the way up to 59 last year. And it was snowing, and we had a lot of adversity to deal with, but we still got a pretty good increased number from 17 to 59. This year was a little different. We didn't have the elements of snow, but we had the elements of finding the people that we normally would run into, or that we're working with at that time. So we couldn't count those people because we couldn't find those people. I think the number is as accurate it could be for that day, but we just did a broader scale of a 6-month venue of the calls that we received for 2017 from January all the way till June of 2017. And our call ratio was 1,100 people that were calling in for different needs for homelessness, rental assistance. There's just so much different diversity of needs because when they go to the Board of Social Services now, the elements have changed. So people are getting denied faster and searching for churches for help. Another thing that we run into too is the places that we're using as venues for hosting this point in time count, people can't get to, so they had to invent, trying to pick them up by van. You're not going to get a homeless guy to come into a van that he don't even know who you are. Hey, come and count us. We want to give you free food. That's not going to work with a homeless person. They're already in a state of resistance, and if they don't know who you are, and you pull up to them, they're like, "What?" So people don't understand that concept. I think if we want to get a more accurate count for just a day count, we have to have organizations involved that are involved with actual homeless outreach. And a lot of the churches in Ocean County are involved in doing this. That is what I'd like to encourage. If you're a church organization that's helping out the homeless in Ocean County, please, jump in. Be part of what we're doing because we need your help too.
Okay, so the mission the core mission has been to bring people out from the cold and get them into a situation, into a better living situation. But how has that mission evolved in the time that you've been with Haven Beat the Streets?
I mean, when we first started, it was Lakewood, Tent City. We were really focused in on Lakewood, Tent City. So we were pushing to get those people in housing because they had the 12 months of free housing. So our focus was there. And then as it blossomed into what we're doing today, I say that the impact that we have has increased tremendously. Just a statistic from January till June of 2017, we've already permanently housed 25 people in permanent housing. That's families, individuals that are housed permanently in housing as of right now. So when you look at statistics, we don't run off of government funding. We're 100% privately funded. That's how our funding works. So if we don't have donations, it makes it harder for us to help those people get out of those situations, and that's how people can, that's how their money is used with Haven Beat the Street.
Right. You were anticipating my question. How is the money spent?
Right, and that's how it is. 10% only goes for overhead for our organization. We have a building in Atlantic City which we do affordable housing. It's not affordable housing in the sense that affordable housing, it's housing you can afford, so we base it at income. So a lot of people that have come into our building either were in a homeless situation or were about to be homeless. And that's not the whole majority scope of the Haven building, but a majority of the people that we have housed in our building today.
What are your goals? You've given us some success stories. What have you yet to achieve that you've set your sights on?
I mean, the biggest goal that I've had once we first started in Ocean County has to get some kind of shelter system. Bob DeBovenay, who passed away, had such a great vision to do the work, but it was so hard to get people to get wrapped around it. And I'd really like to see that evolve. I'd really like to see Ocean County have that place like Atlantic City has, where people have a place, a safe haven, because of the phone calls that we get for women and children. And yes, we have family promise and interfaith hospitality, but a lot of times people don't meet their criteria and they still wind up on the street. And if we had a homeless shelter, those people that are facing that adversity in Ocean County wouldn't have to live in their car, wouldn't have to be sleeping under the bridge, wouldn't have to be sleeping under our boardwalks in Seaside Heights. They would have a place to go. They would have a safe haven, and that's what our goal is.
What about changing the criteria?
You can only go so far as the government's going to allow you to change the criteria. So the government works with Haven pretty well, with helping us with clients and so forth. But
what about the criteria of church groups? What about those discussions?
I mean, we've had discussions with the churches and stuff, and they're trying to push with the Homeless Trust Fund and so forth. But those are all good ideas, but the focus of sheltering is the biggest. I work with a guy, his name's Stan Rosenthal, and he has an organization that he runs up in Monmouth County where they do an overnight program. And it's a great program that they have, and they've been doing it for 13 years. And they house homeless men in the winter months. That would be a great program that we could evolve in Ocean County rather quickly if the churches got on board to do it, because there's a legal way to do it. And it's just a matter of the churches saying, yes, we want to be part of the Great Commission of go and make disciples of all nations and help the people that we're supposed to be helping on the street.
But it all starts with individual donations. And so we will reiterate. Saturday, July 15th at the Applebee's in the
July
Ocean...
22nd.
I'm sorry, Saturday, July 22nd.
Sorry, buddy.
Push
everybody be coming earlier.
Yeah. Well,
they'll be in line.
At 22nd of July at the Applebee's in Toms River, the Ocean County Mall. They're calling it Short Stacks for a Tall Cause.
That's right.
And you've been to these before. It's a typical pancake breakfast, all the trimmings, 2 hours. Tickets are $15.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have to give Applebee's takes $4 from each individual thing, and then $11 goes to Haven Beat the Streets, and that's how it's designed. So basically, how the money is used, as we said before, is 10% is for overhead, and the rest goes to direct services.
Okay. Now, if you want to reserve a ticket, you can call 732-267-0455, or you can email scottmartin567@gmail.com. Those are the ways to reserve a ticket ahead of time.
And also, you can go to our website at havenstreets.org, and you can make donations through PayPal, and make sure you print out your receipt and bring that receipt in that you've made a donation to Haven on PayPal, and you can do it that way as well.
Paul, thanks. Is there anything you would like to add?
No, I just thank you everybody for considering Haven as your leading ministry to help out in Ocean County, and thank you so much for, as always, helping us out to get the word out.
Let's keep at it until everybody's got a place to live, right?
Absolutely. Everybody deserves a roof, everybody deserves a home, and Haven is one letter away from heaven.